Hello viewers, today we are going to talk about nylon, the fiber's history and the various types of nylon that are available in the market. We are also going to learn about the manufacturing process of nylon fiber. Apart from that, we will know about the physical and chemical properties of nylon and the various uses that nylon can be put to. We will also know why consumers prefer nylon. We will know about its care. We will also know about the various blends that are available in the market. So, we will start with history. Did you know that it took almost a decade for the researchers or the scientists to discover nylon? It all started in the year 1927 when DuPont company gave a small group of scientists unrestricted funds for basic research in chemistry. After a year, Dr. Wallace Carothers, who was heading a team of scientists at DuPont company, he began to study the long chain molecules which are similar to the ones that are found in natural rubber and cotton and other kind of plastic products. He wanted to know a better understanding of polymerization, and he also wanted to know why certain molecules behave in a way and how smaller molecules combine to form giant molecules. After many months of research, Dr. Carothers' assistant discovered that one polymer could be drawn out into a long fiber. When it was cooled, the fiber could be drawn out further to several times its original length. This particular strand that Dr. Carothers' assistant discovered was very silky, it was lustrous, it was strong, and it was pliable as well. After several years, the research on polyamides paved way to the discovery of nylon. So, in February 1935, one of the polyamides was made from hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid. This polymer, they called it as 6,6, that is nylon 6,6, because the component chemical compounds that were used for the manufacture of this nylon fiber contained 6 carbon atoms per molecule. In 1938, nylon was announced to the world. The word nylon came from two words, NY, New York, LON meaning London, because it was discovered from these two places. First nylon products that were produced were nylon bristle toothbrush, in fact, which was made with nylon yarn, and women's stockings. In 1939, this nylon was commercialized, and it was frequently referred by people as a polyamide or chemists by polyamide, because the many repeating units in this polyamide were linked by amide bonds. Later, nylon 6 was developed. In United States, more of nylon 6,6 was produced, but in other countries, nylon 6 was produced. So viewers, it took almost 12 years for the discovery of nylon and for commercializing this fiber. Now let us see the definition of nylon fiber. TFPIA, that is Textile Fiber Product Identification Act, defines nylon as a manufactured fiber in which the fiber forming substance is a long chain synthetic polymer in which less than 85% of the amide linkages are attached directly to two aromatic rings. Let us now see the chemistry of nylon fiber. We just established the fact that nylon is made from polyamides. So, the recurring amide groups contain the basic elements like carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So, molecular chains of nylon have no side chains or cross linkages. When you further cold draw these molecular chains, they become oriented to the fiber axis and they become stronger and they become more finer as well. Staple fibers, when they need to be blended, they are not at all cold drawn, because after spinning they are just cut into staple lengths and they are baled. So, the two most common types of nylon that were produced were nylon 6,6 and nylon 6. Nylon 6,6 was manufactured from two principal compounds, namely hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid, whereas nylon 6 was produced from polycaprolactam, which is a cyclic nylon intermediate. The raw materials for nylon are derived from petroleum byproducts. we just came to know that nylon is made in two forms, nylon 6,6 and nylon 6. So the difference between both of them is that in 6,6, 6 indicates the number of carbon atoms in each of the two chemical compounds from which the polymer is made. Nylon 6 is made from a single compound containing 6 carbon atoms. What DuPont made was nylon 6,6. Now, let us actually see how this nylon is manufactured. It is manufactured through a chemical spinning process which is called as melt spinning, just like how polyester is manufactured. The raw material that is used for the manufacture of nylon, which is petroleum byproducts, namely in this case hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid, they are made to react in an autoclave, which is just a big pressure cooker with heat and with pressure that is there inside the autoclave. Both the chemicals react and form an amide polymer. Now this polymer is extruded in ribbon form, and it could be cut into pellets or it could be made into chips. These polymer chips that are manufactured in various autoclaves are mixed for homogeneity, and they are mixed in a hopper. These thoroughly mixed pellets are made to fall on a hot grid, which makes these pellets to melt. Now this molten solution is called as dope solution or a spinning solution. Now to this dope solution, sometimes titanium dioxide could be added to reduce the luster to bright, to semi-dull, to dull, because originally all synthetic fibers are very bright to begin with. In case colored fibers are supposed to be manufactured, then the dye is added to the spinning solution or dope solution. In that case, that's called as dope pigmenting. So this particular molten solution is filtered, it is vacuum treated. Now why do we filter it? Because we need to remove any impurities like semi-solid, degraded polymer or metal pieces that could be there in the polymer solution or dope solution. Now why do we vacuum treat it? Because we want to remove air bubbles from the dope solution. When we remove air bubbles from the dope solution, it allows continuous filament flow. So after filtration and after vacuum treatment, the syrup or the dope solution is made to pass through a spinneret. We all know that spinneret is a round structure which has a lot of holes in it. So when this dope solution is forced through the spinneret, a continuous long strand of filament is obtained. Now this particular strand is formed in a cool chamber. So upon contact with cool air, this filament solidifies and they are further drawn to orient the molecule to the fiber axis. This drawing process could be done to about 4 to 5 times the original length of the filament. Why do we need to draw out these filaments? Because we want the fiber to be finer and we want the fiber to be more stronger. So these drawn filaments are given a slight twist and they could be heat set at this stage and they could be wound onto bobbins. By going for heat setting, we are increasing the dimensional stability of the yarn. And if staple fibers are intended, then the fibers are drawn, they are crimped, they are heat set and they are cut to staple lengths and then they are baled. So that was process of manufacture of nylon. Viewers, let us now move on to physical and chemical properties of nylon. Let us examine the physical structure of nylon. Nylon is available in various forms: monofilament, which means a single filament; multifilament, which means many filaments. It's also available in filamentous form. It is also available in staple form. The fibers are produced in different kinds of lusters, ranging from bright to semi-dull to duller lusters. So the way a fiber performs is influenced by the shape of the fiber. Now the shape depends upon the spinneret that is used for spinning. If a round spinneret is used, the holes are round in a spinneret, then rounder filaments are produced. But if a trilobal spinneret is used, you get a trilobal filament. If a pentalobal spinneret is used, then you get a pentalobal filament. So the trilobal nylon fibers are used for making carpets. Nylon with the square fibers with voids or holes in the center, they are supposed to be having good soil hiding characteristics. So both of these could be employed in manufacture of carpets. Now looking at the microscopic appearance of nylon, we can see that nylon is cylindrical in shape. Under cross section, you would see a spherical shape or round shape, and it does not have any markings on the fiber. It's very smooth. The diameter of the fiber is uniform, and when you look at these fibers under microscope, in the longitudinal view they appear like fine glass rods, but if they've been colored, you would see colored rods. Say for example, if they've been colored red, you would see red color transparent glass rods. When the fibers have been delustered, which means when titanium dioxide is added to the spinning solution, then under microscope you can see pitted appearance or dotted appearance. Now let us look at the burning properties of nylon. When nylon fabric put it towards the flame, it burns with difficulty. When in flame, it burns faster and it shrinks. But when you take out of the flame, they form a hard bead which is not crushable and it is black in color. Now let us look at the physical properties of nylon. The first one being strength. Now we all know that strength is measured in terms of tenacity, that is grams per denier. Nylon is one of the strongest textile fiber ever manufactured by mankind. It is even stronger than steel wire. It has very high strength to weight ratio. Hence, this is the reason why it is added to points of wear in a garment. Points of wear as in all the areas in the garment which receive maximum stress and strain during a normal wear cycle, like the elbows, the knees. In socks, it could be toes and heels of socks. We can say that the strength of nylon reduces considerably in wet condition. Coming to density, nylon is the lightest fiber with 1.15 specific gravity. Because of its lightweight feature, it is used in automobile industry, and it also has several other industrial applications as well. Let us talk about elasticity now. Elasticity is very good for nylon, which means that it is flexible. It can return to its original length even if it is stretched to maximum, and it can also shed wrinkles during normal wear and tear. So that's the reason why this is one of the most suitable fiber for apparel purposes. And that's the reason why it is also used in hosiery items, because even if it is stretched to the maximum because of body movements, it does not bag at the knees or it does not bag at the ankles. It retains its shape well during normal wear and tear. Coming to resilience, nylon has excellent resilience. It has a very smooth appearance during its normal usage. It retains its smooth appearance in all the daily activities that we perform whenever we are wearing a nylon garment. So the wrinkles from all the daily activities can be removed easily as well. Now let us talk about drapability of nylon. Nylon is said to have excellent draping quality or capability. The draping quality varies with the size of the yarn that is used for the manufacture of the fabric. Now lightweight or sheer nylons, which are used for making nightgowns, they have very good draping quality. Medium weight fabrics or dress fabrics, which are used for making outerwear or evening wear, they also drape very well. Now we will see heat conductivity of nylon fiber. The heat conductivity varies depending upon the kind of fabric construction that is used and the type of nylon that is used, whether it is a staple one or a filament one. Now why are we saying fabric construction? Because fabric construction could be in two forms. It could be a tighter construction or it could be a looser construction. When we are saying a closed construction or a tight construction, the circulation in the fabric is limited. So the heat and moisture that's developed on the body surface, it is retained within the body and it does not come out of the fabric. That's the reason why the wearer feels very warm, and that's the reason why nylon fabrics are not suitable at all for summer season, because you want to keep cool during that season. However, these kind of fabrics are very suitable for winter season. Now, when we are using filament yarn for manufacture of fabrics in the open construction, it is cooler. Air flows through the fabric, the heat that's generated on the body surface goes into the atmosphere. It keeps the wearer pretty cool, so that's the reason why open construction fabrics are more suitable in summer season rather than winter season. So, which means open circulation fabrics, they permit air circulation, hence it keeps the wearer cool. So, tighter constructions are good for such kind of fabrics like wind cheaters, because wind cheaters are mainly worn to keep the body warm during a windy day. So, this is about heat conductivity of nylon. Now, let us talk about absorbency. Nylon has very low absorbency, which means even if the fiber absorbs water, it remains on the surface of the fabric. It drips down the surface of the fabric and it dries very quickly, and that's the reason why we are calling these fabrics as drip and dry, easy to wash fabrics. Precisely the reason why these fabrics are suitable for making raincoats and shower curtains. The only disadvantage for low absorbency of nylon could be the feeling that one gets when you wear these fabrics. That's a clammy feeling or an uncomfortable feeling in warm and humid weather. So, during these weathers you would want to avoid fabrics or dresses made out of nylon. Now, let us talk about cleanliness and washability of nylon fabrics. We just said that nylons are very easy to care for because they clean out really well. They do not absorb water much. Even if they do, they dry very quickly. So, they are smooth, non-absorbent, and they dry very quickly. That's the reason why we are calling them as easy care fabrics. Even if dirt falls on the fabric, it does not cling to the fabric, or it just is lodged between the interspaces of the fabric, and hence this loose dirt that's there on the fabric can be very easily cleaned by a damp cloth. Nylon whites are called as color scavengers. Why do we call them as color scavengers? Because they pick up color from the wash water very easily. So, we need to take care when we are washing white nylons. We need to wash them separately because we do not want them to gray out during washing or during laundering. These garments, nylon garments I mean, they retain their appearance during wear, and they also retain their appearance during washing and laundering process. However, one thing that users should keep in mind is that hot water should be avoided during laundering of nylon, because hot water may develop some wrinkles in the fabric. However, these wrinkles could be easily ironed out during ironing process as well. Now, we will talk about shrinkage of nylon. Nylon fabrics have good stability and they do not shrink. So, that's the reason why they retain shape during washing and during subsequent finishing process as well. We will now see the effect of heat on nylon. High temperatures have an adverse effect on nylon. So, if you use an iron box with very high temperature and iron nylon fabrics, you could see sheen or a glaze on the surface of the fabric. That's because the heat of the iron box melts the topmost layer and you can see a sheen or a glaze. So, one should avoid high temperature when you are finishing or ironing nylon fabrics. Let's see the effect of light on nylon. Nylon is said to have very low resistance to sunlight, and that's the reason why they are not suitable for making curtains or draperies, because nylon fiber or fabric can be easily weakened by prolonged exposure to sunlight. Now, let's see the resistance of mildew. Nylon fabrics are having absolute resistance to the development of mildew. So, mildew does not develop at all on the fabrics, so they could be used very safely in all sorts of weather. Resistance to insects. Nylon is very resistant to moths and fungi as well. Resistance to perspiration. nylon fabrics are supposed to have excellent resistance to perspiration as well. Let us now see the chemical properties of nylon fabrics. We will first look at the way bleaches react with nylon fabric. Nylon fabrics are white to begin with, so they do not require any bleaching at all. But white nylons are called as color scavengers because they tend to pick up the dye and dirt from the wash water, so leading to graying of fabrics, white fabrics I mean. So when you want to bleach these graying fabrics, you can bleach them safely with oxidizing bleaches like hydrogen peroxide. Now let us see the way alkalis behave with nylon fabric. Nylon is supposed to have excellent resistance to alkalis, but frequent and prolonged exposure to alkalis is going to weaken the fabrics. Now we will see the reaction of acids on nylon. Nylon is less resistant in fact to the action of acids. Strong acids are going to damage the fabric. Let us now see the affinity for dyes. Nylon can be easily dyed with a wide range of dyes. So the dyed fabrics can retain their color, and they have very good resistance to fading as well. Now let us see the different uses that nylon can be put to. The foremost use of nylon fiber or fabric is in hosiery industry. So it is used to make track pants, shorts, swimwear, activewear and lingerie. It is also used to make the nets in the bridal wheels. The fiber form of nylon is used to make toothbrush bristles. It could be used for making fishing lines. It could also be used to make nets. This nylon fiber is used in the manufacture of carpets because it has very good abrasion resistance. The fiber is also used in manufacture of airbags, which are used in automotive industries, and they are used in making slings and ropes that are used for climbing air. They are also used to make different machine parts such as gears and bearings. The fiber form of nylon is also used to make parachutes and metallized nylon balloons as well. Nylon yarn is used to make pantyhose, socks, ski wear, swimwear, sportswear and casual wear as well. It is also used to make rainwear because of its less absorbency property, and it is also used to make linings as well. When coming to the use that nylon could be put to at home, now this cloth or fabric is used for making bags. It is also used to make cover cloth for a futon, which is furniture item which could be opened up to form a bed and closed down to form a sofa. It could also be used to make furoshiki, which is a square cloth for wrapping things. Nylon is also used to make a fabric which is used in the manufacture of umbrellas. One can make nylon sewing threads, and one can make interlinings with nylon fabric. Nylon is also used to make artificial turfs, which are used in various sport activities like tennis or football. Nylon also has a variety of industrial uses. Nylon is used to make tire cords, computer ribbons, hoses, industrial sewing thread, footwear and substrate for synthetic leather. So these are all the uses that nylon can be put to. Now let us see the various finishes that can be given to nylon fabrics. The first and foremost is the heat setting. Why do we need to give heat setting to nylon fabrics? If we want to retain the permanent shape of the fabric, then we would want to give heat setting. A shape in the sense pleats or some kind of an ornamental effect or a surface enrichment effect could be done through heat setting. Moiring is another finish that can be given to nylon. Through moiring, one can produce a shimmery effect or a watery mark on the fabric. Nylon is also given an anti-static finish because static electricity builds up on all the synthetic fabrics. To avoid this static buildup on fabrics, it is generally advisable to give anti-static finish. Nylon can also be given an embossing finish. Embossing finish is a finish that enriches the surface appearance of the fabric. So in any pattern or in a design form, the fabric could be embossed. Nylon could also be given a nylonizing finish, which is for improving the absorbency of the fabrics. Nylon could also be given water repellency finish for added protection against water. We can also give a molding finish to nylon fabrics if we would want to shape these fabrics in a definite shape. These are all the finishes that are given to nylon fabrics. Viewers, let us now see the reason why consumers prefer nylons. Textile industry is one of the major applications for nylon fibers. Because of its high strength, it is used in a wide range of applications in the automobile industry and industrial purposes. Because it has good wear resistance, nylon is used for the manufacture of synthetic carpets. Because it has good resilience and the fact that it can come back to its original shape in spite of lot of stress and strain, nylon is used to make stockings and is used to make lingerie as well. Because it is easy to care for, these fabrics are preferred by consumers because they can wash it very easily, but one should remember that low heat should be used when ironing the nylon fabrics. Nylon can be heat set to different shapes, which means you can alter the surface feel or texture, you can alter the appearance of the fabric. So, we can incorporate pleats, we can incorporate creases on the fabric surface, which makes it more attractive for the consumer. Because of its excellent abrasion resistance, nylon also has various uses. It is resistant to fungi, it is resistant to chemicals, it is resistant to molds, and it is resistant to mildew as well. So, nylon is the most preferred fabric for the consumers. Now, let us see the different fiber blends of nylon. Virtually any fiber can be blended with nylon, be it cotton, silk, wool, rayon, acetate or triacetate. The market has a lot of blends of nylon. Fabrics made out of these blends are much preferable than 100% nylon fabrics, because when blended with other fibers, there is greater strength in the fabric, there is greater resistance to wear and tear as well. Let us see how we need to take care of nylon garments. They can be machine washed in cold water, not in hot water though. They have to be washed separately. They should not be clubbed with other colored fabrics, especially the white nylon fabrics, because we do not want the white nylons to take up the color from the wash water. In case if these white nylons are supposed to be bleached, one can use any non-chlorine bleach to bleach these garments. Whenever we are finishing these nylon fabrics, we need to reduce the temperature of tumble drying as well. Nylon fabrics, like I said, should be ironed at low temperatures. Nylons have a tendency to be discolored during washing or during laundering because of poor washing methods that are employed by the consumers, or because of lack of frequent washings, or because of picking up of color from the wash water, or because of using excessive heat during tumble drying, or because of absorption of oily soil onto the fiber. This is how we are supposed to take care of nylon fiber. I hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time with another fabric story.